We're counting down the minutes to the first pitch of today's game.
Yes!
Who's in the starting lineup?
Come on, son. You got to get out there and take the mound. It's game time.
What does the skipper have to say?
It's an attitude. You got to be willing to defend. You got to be willing to base run, or you can't play here.
It's the Leadoff Show with Tommy Wortz on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Welcome into the Leadoff Show. Tommy Wortz here with you live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Milwaukee Brewers back in action today. It'll be Brandon Sproat on the bump for the crew, going up against Bradley Rodriguez of the San Diego Padres. 6:40 first pitch from American Family Field. Expect to see Matt Waldron, first man out of the pen for San Diego, as Rodriguez seems to be an opener. Game number 39 on the season. We are just about to end the first quarter of 2026. Oh, Christian Yelich, he's back today.
Looking up, and it is gone.
It's almost time for the first pitch. Let's see who's in today's starting lineups. Brought to you by Lakeland University. Experience it your way. Visit lakeland.edu. It's the Leadoff Show on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Thanks to Lakeland University for being a part of the Leadoff Show all season long. Experience it your way at lakeland.edu. First up, let's go through the San Diego Padres lineup for today's game against the Milwaukee Brewers. Jackson Merrill going to be leading things off. He's in center field. Fernando Tatis Jr. at second base will bat second today. Manny Machado at third base will bat third. Miguel Andujar is the DH batting fourth. Xander Bogaerts, the shortstop, will bat fifth. Gavin Sheets at first base will bat sixth. Nick Castellanos in right field will bat seventh today for the Padres. Ramon Laureano in left field will bat eighth. Freddie Fermin will bat ninth and catch today. For your Milwaukee Brewers, here it is. Bryce Terang leading things off at second base. Jackson Churrios in left field. Christian Yelich, the DH. William Contreras is catching, batting fourth. Jake Bowers will bat fifth, play first base. Garrett Mitchell batting sixth, playing center field. Frelick, Hamilton, Ortiz, right field, third base, shortstop. That was pretty impressive to have to look up on the Twitter pages because MLB.com just crashed right in front of my face. All of that was while looking it up. Congrats to me. Thank you. But you guys don't care. Christian Yelich is back. He is in the lineup today. He is DHing. He is batting third. This is the Brewers. This is the Milwaukee Brewers offense right here. Terang, Churrio, Yelich, Contreras. What a first four. Sounds way better than when Rengifo was leading off ball games. Bowers, Mitchell, Frelick. I'm down with that too. I like that as well. Hamilton and Ortiz to round things out. All right, maybe not ideal by any means, but still couldn't be more pumped to see Christian Yelich back in the lineup today. And now the Milwaukee Brewers, a chance to make sure that they can continue on to a 5-game winning streak. They are at a season high 4 games after the game in against New York. Tyler Black was optioned down. He is the man who was sent back down to Nashville in place of Christian Yelich. I was kind of surprised by that move. I thought maybe it could be Perkins, but just not a lot of places to play defense for Tyler Black on this team. The last game, Mother's Day. We haven't spoke since then. I hope everyone had a fantastic Mother's Day. Let's get you a recap of what happened in case you missed it. It was pretty popular here on the station.
Did you miss the last game? Did you miss what was said after the last game? It's time to rewind. It's the Leadoff Show on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
It was Logan Henderson going up against Carlos Rodon for his season debut. The Yankees would get on the board first and early in this one. Aaron Judge would launch his 16th homer of the season in the first inning, but just a solo shot, 1-0 in favor of New York. In the second, we had another run come across for Spencer Jones on a single to center that would score Jose Caballero, which might be, he's rising up the list of public enemies in Milwaukee Brewers baseball now. 2-0 in favor of the Yankees. The Brewers would get their first run to come across in the bottom part of the fourth. It was a leadoff walk to William Contreras. Gary Sanchez would draw a walk. Andrew Vaughn was hit by a pitch after a fielder's choice that would cut down the runner at home. Garrett Mitchell got the sacrifice fly to cut the lead in half for the Yankees, and Blake Perkins gave the Crew the lead.
Perkins back up the middle, base hit to center field. Vaughn is in, Rengifo is in. Perkins goes to second. And a Mother's Day delivery for Blake Perkins.
Very emotional day for Blake Perkins, as he talked about it a little bit afterwards. That'll be coming up here shortly, as well as if you remember the story from last year, losing his mother in the middle of the year. Just an awesome moment to see Blake Perkins come up with a big swing like that. A little bit later on in the game, in the sixth inning, DL Hall was in to pitch, and he would give up a RBI double to Jazz Chisholm with 2 outs that would cause the tie in the game 3-3 through 6 innings as the Brewers do nothing in the bottom half. Then a pitching matchup beginning between Fernando Cruz and Aaron Ashby. Tim Hill gets a 1-2-3 thanks to a double play in the 8th inning. In the 9th, David Bednar was dealing. He had struck out Joey Ortiz on 4 pitches. Jackson Chourio saw 3 pitches. Bryce Terang only saw 1 because he would call game.
Terang in the center field. Grisham is on the run. Grisham looks up, and there she goes. Bryce Terang walks off the Yankees. Somebody get Billy Hall on the phone. 20 years later, the Brewers get a walk-off on Mother's Day, and it is Terang who wins it.
The Mother's Day lore continued on for the Brewers, 37-22 on Mother's Day. That is all-time best record in Major League Baseball. It was a sellout crowd of over 40,000 at American Family Field. Bryce Terang, the walk-off solo homer in the 9th. It was his first career walk-off home run, his 3rd career walk-off hit. The walk-off home run came 20 years after you just heard there from Bill Hall, who hit a walk-off homer on Mother's Day back in 2006 against the New York Mets. Terang has also recorded a hit in 9 of his last 10 games. In that stretch, he is hitting .395 with 3 doubles and a couple homers. Blake Perkins, 2-run single in the 4th, put the Crew up. That is his season high 2 RBIs in a ball game. Also did that against Detroit. Aaron Ashby came in, locked things down as well. The final line for Henderson before we go on with Ashby: 5 innings of work, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 5 strikeouts. Just the homer and the double in that one. As well as Aaron Ashby here, 11 appearances now we go through with Ashby, as he had 1 inning with 1 hit and 3 strikeouts. 14 innings of work, giving up 1 earned run in that time with 23 strikeouts. It is a .64 ERA in his last 11 outings now for Aaron Ashby.
Who was the MVP of the last game for the Crew? Who stood out the most? Let's find out. It's the Leadoff Show on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Pick up a couple of hits and hit the walk-off homer. Let me play it one more time.
Terang in the center field. Grisham is on the run. Grisham looks up, and there she goes. Bryce Terang walks off the Yankees.
That's the best part.
Somebody get Billy Hall on the phone.
Oh, I love that part. That one is Brian Anderson, Brewers TV. Great job. Great call there. Bryce Terang, after the Brewers win 4-3 against New York and sweep the Yankees for the first time since 1989.
Struck out the first 2 batters. kind of tech first pitches. What was your approach going over there, and what anything you'd noticed from those first two at-bats?
Yeah, I mean, I've faced him a good amount of times, and I was getting ready for a heater, but I was telling myself, like, if I see the curveball, make sure I stay back. There's a big speed difference in it, and it's a good one. So I just want to stay back, and but I was ready to hit the heater, and I saw it and took off on it. So
how much does familiarity and those previous at-bats against him help you in that situation? Yeah,
I mean, any at-bat against anybody, learning from every pitch or anything, just you learn, or you're just watching and learning from there. So he was commanding the zone early in the count, so wanted to be aggressive.
Drive out of here today after this weekend with these wins and these crowds and your homer today, you're thinking what?
To call my mom for Mother's Day. I mean, I texted her this morning. I haven't talked to him, but I'll probably talk to him when I get into the car. Just going into the next series, wanting to win games. There's many ways to win a game, and tonight was one of them, and the day before that was one of them, and the day before, you know what I mean? So there's different types of win games, and that's what matters. It doesn't matter how we do it. It just matters about winning the game. So.
Does she get the bat? Did you get the bat?
Yeah, they marked it and everything. So, yeah. Why are you giving my secrets away? No,
Is there something special about a pink bat?
Maybe so. Yeah. I mean, Mother's Day, get a pink bat. It's pretty cool, actually, that they do that. So, the only chance we get to swing a pink bat is Mother's Day. So.
The best interleague record in the majors, is it just kind of worked out that way, or do you think it's a deal where y'all's style of play against teams that maybe aren't used to seeing and maybe it works better, or do you think it's just the way it is?
I don't know. I haven't really put much thought into it. We just go out there and try to compete. Every team, no matter who it is, going out there and competing and playing hard and trying to win a game. I haven't looked into it. None of the guys have really talked about it. So,
did you think you got enough of that off the bat, or?
I knew I hit it well. I didn't think I had it high enough, but I spun it well enough to where it just kept carrying. I was running to first, thinking that like it was going to get over his head. I didn't think that it was going to get over the wall. So having good backspin on it, and I hit it well. So.
That was your first walk-off homer in the big leagues?
Correct.
Do you have one in the minors? Do you have one before?
I do have one in the minors. In 23, I got one. So,
can you describe that feeling to walk off, not just walk off hit, but to send one over the fence and end the game?
I mean, I wish I could tell you. It hasn't really settled in yet. It was kind of one of those things where you're just like, I just got to make sure I touch all the bases. I mean, it feels good. But you kind of just black out a little bit, you know? So, it was cool.
Bryce, what can you guys take away from a sweep of the Yankees this weekend?
We play our style of game. It's hard to beat us. Our pitching staff was unreal. What they did for us this series was really good. It's fun playing behind them, and it's electric. I mean, you guys are watching it too. It's really fun. It's competitive. These guys are going out there and throwing the ball well. So they're keeping us in games and giving us an opportunity to win a game, and we're taking advantage of it. So,
who's hurt? Who's getting close to coming back? Let's check out today's injury report. It's the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
There was Bryce Terang speaking after the game, an injury update from the Milwaukee Brewers. Medical updates. And Christian Yelich, the big news, was not listed on it because he is back in the lineup, batting third today. He is your starting DH. Akil Baddoo. He's got a rehab assignment starting on the 15th, 3 days from now. What does that make it? Friday? Estimated return scheduled for late May, early June. So there's your Blake Perkins replacement. Jared Koenig, first bullpen scheduled today. Estimated return sometime late May, early June. 20 to 25 pitches expected today out of Jared Koenig. Brandon Lockridge, you remember he showed a bone bruise plus a laceration that was cut pretty deep. He is estimated to return mid to late June. Quinn Priester, 50-pitch live BP session yesterday. Plan is to restart a rehab assignment this weekend with an estimated return of early June. Brandon Woodruff, he left the last outing, remember, with the dead arm. He has a pen scheduled for the 14th, 2 days, right? With an estimated return of late May for Brandon Woodruff. Rob Zastryzny, he's got a rehab assignment beginning tomorrow with an estimated return of late May. And Angel Serpa underwent the Tommy John surgery. Officially, he'll be out until 2027. Wow. A lot of news coming out today for your Milwaukee Brewers as they are gearing up for a 3-game series with the San Diego Padres. You're going to hear from Christian Yelich on the other side, as well as the manager, Pat Murphy, in his pregame briefing today with the Milwaukee Beat. Eye on the enemy, taking a look at the pitching matchup set for today. Brandon Sproat going to be making his 6th start of the season. And the San Diego Padres atop the NL West. All of that and plus our regular features. We're going to build a parlay. We're going to talk about the minor leagues. We might even play a little bit of Sam Dykstra from earlier today on Wisconsin Sports Daily, MLB Pipeline. My guy Steve Sparky Pfeiffer loves talking minor league baseball just as much as I do. And keys to the game will conclude the show as they always do. It is the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz here with you live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
Looking up, and it is gone.
It's almost time for the first pitch. Let's see who's in today's starting lineups. Brought to you by Lakeland University. Experience it your way. Visit lakeland.edu. It's the leadoff show on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back to the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz here with you live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Get you the Brewers lineup in case you missed it from earlier in the program. Bryce Terang's at second base, leading things off. Jackson Churio is in left field, batting second. Christian Yelich is back. He is the DH, batting third. William Contreras will be catching and batting fourth today. Jake Bowers at first base will bat fifth. Garrett Mitchell in center field will bat sixth. Sal Frelick in right field will be batting seventh today. David Hamilton at third base will bat eighth. Joey Ortiz rounds things out. He's the shortstop, batting ninth.
It's time to get the latest from the clubhouse as we get closer to the first pitch being thrown for today's game. It's the leadoff show on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Well, I told you I would get you guys some Christian Yelich audio. He spoke today, what it's like to be back in the clubhouse, back with the Milwaukee Brewers today after being out for a few weeks. He's ready to go. Here he is, Christian Yelich, before the game today.
What does it mean to finally get back out there? It's got to feel pretty good.
Yeah, feels great.
So what were the final boxes that you checked as far as ramping up and knowing you're ready?
It's a couple of days of baseball activity, some swings, running. It was all good.
How much do you like to see the guys the way they, obviously sweep the Yankees, get the, back-to-back walk-off wins, just seeing them have that kind of success while you're trying to get back?
Yeah, obviously it's great when we win. So, the guys did a great job, and they've been playing well, so hopefully able to contribute to that a little bit.
What about just getting the full group together? Obviously we're off to a good start, but now you've got Jack, and Bonnie back together.
Yeah, we haven't really been too healthy all year, so it's kind of nice that we got a lot of the guys back and got a lot of the season left to play. So got to keep playing well, and hopefully that starts today.
How do you feel just taking bad practice and stuff in terms of your stuff?
I'm sorry. All good. Fumbled the bat. Yeah, no, it feels all good.
As far as the team, if you would have been told that you'd miss these guys and you'd be at this position when you get them all back, would you be happy?
Yeah, of course.
Where the team's at?
Of course. We still got a really long way to go in the season. We're in a fine spot. I don't even know. It doesn't really matter. We just got to keep playing well, and we got a long time to go. So a lot of games in front of us, and hopefully keep the guys healthy and keep playing well.
When you first got hurt, you said you didn't have any expectations for how long you're going to be out. Didn't want to set any timetables for yourself, but now that you've been through it, did it feel like it progressed?
Yeah. I think I was a little ahead of schedule, and that's kind of the goal. And glad it worked out that way, and didn't have to miss the max amount of time, I guess.
Does that situation test your patience at all?
What do you think?
But you've been through it, so you've been able to handle it previously.
Yeah. It's obviously frustrating when you're not able to be out there and not able to contribute. So I'm definitely glad to be back.
There he is, Christian Yelich, speaking today to the media before his last game, I believe is the Washington series. Let me double check. Yeah, April 12th. So about a month to the date, Christian Yelich has been out for this Milwaukee Brewers team. What does the crew get back? 314, now slotted back into that number 3 spot. Had a homer this year, the big 3-run blast, an 826 OPS. Yeah, that will play indeed for Christian Yelich as he is now back for your Milwaukee Brewers in the lineup today. I am thrilled for this Brewers team. This is the team as of right now. This is now a fully healthy Churio, Vaughn, Yelich. They're all in the lineup and at a good time as the Brewers looking to get to a season-high watermark of 7 games over 500, currently 22-16, 3.5 back of the Chicago Cubs, but have vaulted to second place in the NL Central right now in a division that every team is over 500, with the Reds at the bottom, with the Pirates at 22-20. 19. Let's get into our Eye on the Enemy report.
Nobody likes them.
Craig Counsell returning to American Family Field.
We all want to see them lose.
It's not my job to tell people how to feel about something or even to figure it out. Let people feel how they want to feel. And I'm good with that, and I think it doesn't have to be all positive.
It's time to eye up the enemy for today's game. It's the Leadoff Show on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Eye on the Enemy, taking a look at the pitching matchup today. Brandon Sproat on the bump for the Crew. It'll be the first time he faces the San Diego Padres. Last time around for Sproat, 4 innings of work, just 1 hit. Had 5 strikeouts, 3 walks. Brewers won 6-2 against St. Louis. That 1 hit, remember, it's kind of a cheap hit. Was virtually unhittable. Career at American Family Field for Sproat. 3 starts this year, 4 games. He has given up 13 earned runs in 17 2/3 innings. That is a 6.62 ERA. As for the other side of things, with Bradley Rodriguez, limited experience against them. Churrio's 0 for 1. Yelich is got a walk. And Joey Ortiz 1 for 1. Versus Matt Waldron, the next man expected out of the pen today, which you're going to see a knuckleball. Yeah, knuckleball from Waldron every once in a while. Hamilton's 0 for 3. Rengifo 1 for 3. And Rengifo's not in the lineup today. So not a lot of experience against any of the pitchers in the matchup today. Might play a role in the parlay for the people we get to right after this.
At the wall, looking up. See you later.
Let's get the latest on today's odds for the game. What's the best way to go? Let's check in with our expert from the Potawatomi Sportsbook to find out. It's the Leadoff Show on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Betting odds courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Brewers minus 134 on the money line. Minus 1.5 will get you plus 160. The over-under set at 8.5 today. We got to bet the over. With the offense back. Christian Yelich is here. And so let's go to our parlay props on top of it. We're looking at Christian Yelich to record a hit. Yeah, I'm all in on that. Christian Yelich to record a hit. And how about the pitcher props? Brandon Sproat over 4.5 strikeouts. I like that today as well. That is the over of 8.5. Christian Yelich to record a hit. Sproat to record 5 strikeouts in the ball game. That will pay plus 440, courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook. And it's a home game. Shuttle services. Make sure you guys are using those. Free parking over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Go park in their nice covered structures as well. Head to the Sportsbook. Place a same-day $5 minimum wager on, let's say, over 8.5 runs. Christian Yelich to record a hit and Brandon Sproat to record over 4.5 strikeouts. $5 will pay you $22 if that hits. And you get a wristband to go on to the Potawatomi Sportsbook shuttle, taking you to American Family Field, bringing you back from the game. It's the only shuttle service that could pay you to drive it. I keep driving that home. I don't know if they're marketing it that way, but that's how I'm marketing it for them because it's true. You can make money taking the shuttle from the Potawatomi Sportsbook. If you don't want to get in on the gambling action, but you still enjoy the atmosphere of the Potawatomi Sportsbook, how couldn't you? They got a bunch of different screens. The square footage is more than my apartment on what they show on the screen of live sports. They're not only going to have the Brewer game on the big TV, they're going to have, some little NBA basketball going on over here, or maybe it's a tennis match that you want to throw a couple wagers on. They have all these different MLB games. They have NHL playoffs going on right now. You can place bets on soccer, golf, tennis, UFC, boxing, all just this week right now over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. It is the place to be. And again, if you don't want to get in on the gambling action to ride their shuttles, you don't have to. You can go to the Sportsbook. You can get a drink. You're going to do that anywhere you go to take a shuttle anyway. And you can then get a wristband after getting a drink. You can get something to eat and then get a wristband for what you're going. And it's still going to take you to American Family Field and bring you back. You get to end your night at the Potawatomi Sportsbook after the Brewers get a victory over the Padres, hopefully. One more time, the parlay for the people today. It is over 8.5 total runs. Christian Yelich to record a hit. Brandon Sproat to record over 4.5 strikeouts. That'll pay plus 440, courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Coming up, what we're going to do next, we're going to look around the minor leagues, play a little bit of Sam Dykstra from earlier today on Wisconsin Sports Daily. He talked with Steve Sparky Pfeiffer on some prospect reports. Still to come in the program, we're going to have our Pat Murphy sound from earlier in the day, and then some keys to the game to wrap things up to get you ready for Brewers Padres game number 1 of a 3-game set. The leadoff show from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Man, I wish it was at Potawatomi.
It's almost time for the first pitch. Let's see who's in today's starting lineups. Brought to you by Lakeland University. Experience it your way. Visit lakeland.edu. It's the leadoff show on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back to the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz here with you live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Brewers lineup, in case you missed it from earlier in the show. Bryce Terang, he's at second base. Jackson Churio is in left field. Christian Yelich, the DH. That's your top three. William Contreras is catching today. Jake Bauers gets the start at first base. Garrett Mitchell in center field will bat sixth. Sal Frelick is in right field. That will bat seventh today. David Hamilton is batting eighth. He's at third base. That is 1, 2, 3, 4 lefties in a row there for the Milwaukee Brewers. Joey Ortiz, he rounds things out. He is the shortstop, batting ninth for the Crew.
The key to building a winner in baseball is a strong minor league system. Who are the names we should know? How did they play in their last game? It's time for Building a Winner. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Yes, time for another Building a Winner feature right here on the leadoff show. I have not had the pleasure of speaking with Sam Dykstra of MLB Pipeline, and that is a shame on my part because Sparky has him on sporadically enough, a couple times a season, does a phenomenal job covering minor league baseball, and knows everything about Brewers minor league ball, it feels like. Maybe just everything about minor league baseball in general. And I want to get you some of that conversation from earlier today on Wisconsin Sports Daily, because he covers a lot of ground in this and starts things off pretty topical with Tyler Black. What is his ceiling as far as prospect status goes? Here he is, Sam Dykstra on Wisconsin Sports Daily.
Sam, how are we doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. We had Tyler Black up here for a brief moment, and he really didn't play in the field all that much. They pretty much use him as a DH. Tyler Black, what is Tyler Black's ceiling? Is he going to be only a DH at the major league level if he ever gets a sustained shot at this?
It certainly feels like it. I remember trying to come up with our top 30 for MLB Pipeline in the preseason. And Tyler Black, going back a few years ago, was even top 100 prospects for us because he had the speed, he had the approach. It seemed like everything could kind of come together, and he could be somebody who gets on base, moves around a lot. But that speed just never translated to a position. And when I was asking around of like, where do you think he lands? And they're like, we don't know. Is it first base? Is it left field? We just want him to be hitter first. And it just seems like nothing has ever caught on. He's played some second base. He's played around the infield, played some left. That athleticism that allows him to be an above average to plus runner just hasn't worked with the glove. And I think that's what's going to have to happen for him. He's going to have to be a DH if he's ever going to be a truly valuable MLB player.
Cooper Pratt signed that big deal, obviously, prior to the season. Joey Ortiz has done nothing to keep him at AAA. I think people are just waiting for Cooper Pratt to, put together a long period of time here where he shows he can hit the ball at the AAA level after struggling in AA last year before he gets called up. I would assume you believe he'll get called up at some point this year?
I think he'll get called up at some point. He is trending in a good direction now. I know his hard hit rate is he's hitting for more impact. As we sit here today, I mean, he's still slugging 308 at AAA. I don't think throwing him up there. Yeah, it's not to the point where he's really forcing the issue. I know the extension, even more so than our top 100 list, right, really put him on the radar for a lot of people who aren't following prospects day to day like I am. I get that. And the defense is certainly good enough. I mean, I think he's somebody who's a little bit less of a defender than Joey Ortiz, but certainly could do a job right now in the major leagues. But you don't want to throw him up there and then have him slug 250 and send him back down and hurt his confidence and, not have it work out. I mean, you look at what the Mets are doing right now. They just sent up AJ Ewing, and I was sitting there scratching my head. A lot of people I talked to were scratching their head of, this feels quick. I don't think the Brewers want to do that. I think one thing they love doing is calling guys up and making them stick, making sure they're there for the long run. So I don't think they're going to throw Cooper Pratt into the deep end until he really forces the issue in Nashville.
Potentially desperation by the Mets, obviously, as they continue to struggle. One guy that has shown some power and some slugging, maybe a little bit slower of a start, but is starting to pick it up. It was Midwest Player of the Week, 2 home runs and a triple on Sunday. That's Andrew Fisher, who, again, I would be surprised if he's not up to Double-A by July.
Yeah, I think that's the timeline that the Brewers certainly wanted. I know he is a very competitive person. If you ever get to interview him, that's going to come out very quickly. And he was somebody who I think probably wanted to be in Biloxi to start this year, but the Brewers just had too many corner infielders trying to sort through. They really wanted him to bang on the door. And it's been really fascinating following his first full season here because the power is certainly playing. He's slugging .623 right now. You mentioned the homers are coming around, 9 homers so far. He's got 18 extra bases and 29 hits total. So when he gets the bat on the ball, in fact, it's going all over. It's really, really good. But he's swinging and missing a lot. The strikeout rate right now is 36.5%. When I checked his in-zone contact rate through his first 20 games, it was in the low 70s. That's like Spencer Jones territory with the Yankees, who we have major questions about. But Spencer Jones is hitting the ball 117, 118. Andrew Fisher isn't quite doing that. And Andrew Fisher is doing that at high A. He's going to be more vulnerable to swing and miss at Double-A, Triple-A, the majors if this doesn't fix itself. So there are some question marks now that we didn't have necessarily a few weeks ago, but the power, it continues to wow you because when he gets the wood on the ball, it's going a far, far way.
One guy that we were all excited about, Luis Pena, still, I believe, waiting for him to come back after he lost consciousness a couple of weeks ago in the dugout in Appleton. So no need to talk about him. Couple other guys down in that A team, Marco Dingus and Josh Adamczewski, both top 10 prospects for the Brewers.
Yeah, Josh Adamczewski, I mean, was somebody who really, both of these guys really put themselves on the radar last year. Josh Adamczewski has continued to hit, 299 batting average right now. His OPS is above 1,000. It's 1007, 7 homers on the year. I mean, it's been really, really good. And Marco Dingus, I continue to say this. I mean, I think he has the best bat speed in the entire organization. I think he's a Double-A hitter right now who is a high A catcher, if that makes sense. You want the catching to kind of come along, and that's something that the Brewers knew was going to be a long-term process with him coming out of Florida State. He was primarily a DH there, coming off of an illness, slowly building up. He doesn't have a huge catching frame, but he certainly has the arm back there. And if he becomes a potential everyday catcher with that bat, it's really, really special. Josh Adamczewski is kind of going the other way. You know, they drafted him maybe as a second baseman. He basically had stone hands there when I watched him defensively last year. That was the biggest drag on his profile. So they've stuck him in left field, first in the Arizona Fall League. That's continued. And I think that just helped him focus on the bat. And this is the above average hitter that I think many thought he could be coming into the year. And maybe he's even ahead of where I expected Adamczewski is. And he's certainly pushing for Biloxi as well.
Speaking of surprise and ahead of where you expected, did anybody see the power coming from Luis Lara at AAA?
No, that was one that's been very surprising. I mean, listen, looking at the data right now, I don't want to say he's going to be a future 20 homer hitter. Like, he's getting the balls to sneak over the wall in the right way. And, you know, it's funny to look at where he is now in terms of his home run total, which is 7. I would have put his ceiling at like 7 to 10 coming into so the fact that he's already at 7 on May 12th is really, really interesting. He is hitting the ball harder than he has before. He still hits it on the ground a lot, but you think about how special a defender he can be in center field. It's plus defense out there. It's a plus arm. He just needs to get to like 10 to 12 homers and have that really good in-zone contact rate that he does. Maybe be like a 280 hitter with 390 slug, and with the defense being so good, that's really, really valuable. And that's somebody you can stick in center field for years and years to come.
What about Braylon Payne? I mean, that was a high draft pick for the Brewers. He's with the Timber Rattlers too, another outfielder. And I remember when they drafted him, they talked about great athlete and potential really good defender, but they were waiting on the bat.
Yeah, and that is basically what bore out last year. I mean, if you look at some of the numbers, it was a lot of swing and miss. But surprisingly, given his profile, being a supremely athletic guy, supremely fast, you watch some of his at-bats, it almost looks like he's bailing out early to start running towards first base. But when he got the bat on the ball, the exit velocities were extremely loud, and that's actually continued this year into high A Wisconsin. There's still going to be some swing and miss there. But kind of the inverse of Luis Lara, like, I have more questions about the hit tool than I do the power. And if he's somebody who can maybe slug 500, which is what he's doing now in Wisconsin, in the future with that speed, that's really, really enticing. It's a different mix in terms of, the tool sliders, if you're thinking about this in a video game way. But there's many different ways you can build a valuable outfielder. So for Braylon Payne, it might look like, a 240 hitter in the future with 30% strikeout rate, but if he's hitting 20 homers and providing good defense and stealing 40 bags in a year, that would work as well.
And remember, 19 years old. He'll turn 20 in August, but 19 years old.
Yeah, right. This is all projection and years away, right?
What about Blake Burke at Double-A, the first baseman out of Tennessee? I saw a thing that said he was really working on getting more athletic, and you've seen it already with the number of stolen bases that he's already accumulated this year compared to the first couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say he's Louis Flower.
No, he's a big dude, man. He's a big dude. Yeah.
He is a big dude. It is fun to look up. Same thing, with Louis Flower, looking up and seeing him have 7 homers, looking up and seeing Blake Burke have 12 stolen bases in 13 attempts. So this is not him just like running 25 times and being thrown out 13 and just making it, a total situation here. He's being a base that for that. If you watch him hit, everything is geared to hit home runs. Yep. It looks like he's swinging in a home run derby every time he's up there. And to his credit, it's worked really well. He comes from an SEC background. He has seen really good pitching in the past. That's continued this year into Double-A. I think that's helped the transition. It was really interesting last year, watching him at High A Wisconsin, and it was a lot of ground balls. And I thought, well, that's not good. You can't be doing that if you are that slow, Blake Burke. And if you need to lift the ball, get it in the air. Doing that a lot better. He did that a lot better at Biloxi at the tail end of last year. He's doing it a lot better now. I mean, it's getting to the point where you're going to have a difficult conversation with Luke Adams is up at AAA, but he hasn't played in a bit. Brock Wilken is having a down year there. Reason why Burke is at Double-A is because they, again, have too many infield options. He's not somebody who can go over to third base. He's going to have to be an everyday first baseman. Are we at the point where he's now exceeded those guys and moved ahead of them in the rankings and become more of the prior first baseman? It's certainly trending that way.
Well, there he is, Sam Dykstra. Some of the conversation from earlier today with Steve Sparky Pfeiffer talking about the minor leagues. I can't give you a better breakdown than that. Highlighting some big names in the system. You're talking about your Paynes, your Mades, your Blake Burks. A lot of names to be excited about when it comes to this Brewers farm and what is on the way in the future here for your Milwaukee Brewers. But the future can also be today, and that is getting you ready for Brewers Padres game number 1 of a 3-game series. Brandon Sproat going up against a opener of Bradley Rodriguez and Matt Waldron, the knuckleballer, who you will see later on today as well. Coming up in the program on the other side, we're going to get to Pat Murphy's pregame presser. What did he have to say going into game number 1 against the San Diego Padres, and some keys to the game on what you need to know before Brewers Padres today, and how the crew got a chance to get to a high water mark, 7 games above 500, trying to get their season-long winning streak on a 4-game streak currently right now, looking for 5 for the first time this season. All of that to come and more, talking Brewers Padres before first pitch at 6:40 from American Family Field. Tommy Wortz here with you in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Let's get you guys caught up on more Brewers Padres coming up next right here on the Leadoff Show.
counting down the minutes to the first pitch of today's game. Who's in the starting lineup?
Come on, son, you got to get out there and take the mound. It's game time.
What does the skipper have to say?
It's an attitude, like you got to be willing to defend. You got to be willing to base run, or you can't play here.
It's the leadoff show with Tommy Wortz on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
All right, game one, Padres Brewers. Coming up in about 40 minutes or so here from American Family Field in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Christian Yelich is back. That's all you need to know. But here's the lineups just in case you missed it earlier in the show. Oh, that was clean.
Looking up, and it is gone.
It's almost time for the first pitch. Let's see who's in today's starting lineups. Brought to you by Lakeland University. Experience it your way. Visit lakeland.edu. It's the leadoff show on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
I'm going to hype myself up if I like it on air. I don't even care. Lineups, in case you missed it. Jackson Merrill, he's in center field for the Padres today. Fernando Tatis Jr. at second base will bat second. Manny Machado, I expect to hear the boos. He is batting third. Miguel Andujar is the DH. Xander Bogaerts, shortstop. Gavin Sheets will bat sixth and play first base. Nick Castellanos in right field bats seventh today. Ramon Laureano in left field will bat eighth. Freddie Fermin catching for San Diego. He rounds things out for the Friars. Brewers, it is Bryce Terang leading off at second base. Jackson Chourio batting second in left field. Christian Yelich, the DH, will bat third. William Contreras is catching. He will bat fourth today. Jake Bowers bats fifth. He's at first base. Garrett Mitchell in center field will bat sixth. And Sal Frelick in right field will bat seventh. David Hamilton at third base. He bats eighth. Joey Ortiz, he is your starting shortstop, rounds things out for the Crew.
Line drive, base hit, down the left field line.
Let's see what the skipper has to say heading into today's game. Let's head to the coach's corner. It's the leadoff show on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Pat Murphy speaking to the Milwaukee beat earlier today. Pretty excited to get Christian Yelich back. Adam McCalvey asking if it feels like opening day. Let's hear it. Pat Murphy from earlier today.
Does it feel like opening day, Murph, to have your lineup all available?
Well, it's sure a good feeling to have Yelly back. He means so much to our team. Playing without him is never a good thing, and it helps other people get exposed and helps other people get a chance. But it feels great to have him back.
Just what does it do to your pure lineup having him, Chourio, Vaughn all together?
Yeah, I mean that's obviously when any team has their three of their top five hitters out, and it makes it tough. We played some games with four of our top five hitters out. It's difficult. It's half your team, but like I said, other guys step up, and nobody's going to feel sorry for you. So I'm proud that we withstood that, and now hopefully we get some games under Yelly's belt and get him back in a groove.
How would you evaluate how the offense did without the last one?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we really more of the question, or the way I'd like to answer that question, Kurt, is more we're still finding ourselves. We're still understanding what kind of offense we need to be. We didn't hit very many home runs, I don't think. Home runs are, again, I've always say this, home runs are thrown. So we face some really good pitching too. We face some really good pitching. You think about it. Some of the best in the major leagues. So I think it's hard to evaluate it by numbers in those small increments, but certainly we weren't as confident as we've been at times. So I think, I think it's good timing that Yelly's back, because our road is very, very difficult. It looks like there's a lot of really good teams. The parity, I guess what you'd say, is everywhere in the big leagues. There's no really, really bad teams, and there's a lot of really, really good teams, and a lot of teams that are capable.
To get him back after, I think the initial report was at least a month. To get him back after just a month Was that kind of say just for the work he did?
I mean, he works hard, and you got to credit our training staff and rehab staff, especially Bryn. He's just done an incredible job of giving Yelly the confidence and giving him the physical therapy that he needs, that he can get back on the field and play. And we don't ever rush anybody back. That's not our way. But it's always the player first. But Yelly feels comfortable. Had some live ABs yesterday, and he's a veteran, so he knows what he's getting into.
Who do you get against? I was wondering because he doesn't like the trajectory.
You have to ask him about that. But he hit against Rob Z, Bukowskis. Yeah, those two. Quinn was out there. He didn't hit off Quinn.
Those guys, it sounds like, are making
Yeah,
real progress.
no doubt.
How did Quinn do yesterday?
Quinn did very well. Yeah, surprisingly well. And I think he's fairly soon will be ready. We're going to see how he recovers and everything, but I think he'll be ready to get off and get onto his back on his rehab assignment. I think he's going to make an appearance in Appleton first, one, and then I think the plan will be from there he goes back to Nashville, but we'll see.
Or a little more clarity for Brandon Lockridge after the testing on Monday, just to now have a more sense of a timeline. I guess what does that do for you?
Yeah, I think Locke's been a sneaky, like a really big part of this whole thing. Just a great addition and a piece, a role player. But it's not done. I mean, there's some other testing we want to get done to make sure so we're going to get another scan done to make sure that there's no further bruising of the bone and that type of thing. And it takes a while for the swelling and everything to calm down. So he's got another test to go through, but we're anticipating, somewhere around a month, maybe 6 weeks.
Turn back to the offense.
Yeah.
Now that you've had your guys together, do you have an idea of what that group's identity is as an offense, or does that sort of have to play itself out, even though this is essentially the same offense we saw last year, the same lineup?
Well, I mean, it's not the same lineup, Kurt. I mean,
Same guys for the most part.
are there? Yeah. Durbin in there? No. Collins in there? That's 2 out of 7. That's 2 out of 9. What percentage is 2 out of 9? What's 2 out of 9? 27%? 27 or 22? 22%? I don't know. If I take 22% of your wealth right now, are you the same?
You saying Collins would start?
Yeah, I'm saying that. Started all last year with the best record in baseball. Why wouldn't he start this year? He just took away 22% of his wealth, and he's saying he's the same guy. So,
Relatively speaking.
except for 22%.
To
Yeah,
return 7 of 9 of your hitters in the major league lineup.
yeah,
Question remains.
yeah. I mean, I think that this offense will develop its true identity, but we all know how each individual kind of what those people bring to the table generally. Hopefully, somebody has a career year, and you can't just plan on everybody being the same. There's different factors involved. They're at different stages. What's important for us is to be hungry and to come together as a team offensively to kind of, be willing to pass the baton. You get in these situations. It's 3-1, second and third, 3-1 count, and guy throws you a ball. Some hitters are in such swing mode because they want so badly to do it and be the guy instead of passing the baton and say, hey, the game didn't dictate that I swing there. You got to be willing to be that teammate and pass the baton and trust the guy behind you. And I think when you get everybody back, that extends your lineup a little bit. And, Yelly's still got to get him in his rhythm. That doesn't just happen whether he came on a rehab assignment or not. It doesn't just automatically happen every time. But truly, once we get that, I think we can build off of that. But we gotta be connected in a big way offensively.
how can Tyler build off what he did these last few weeks, kind of moving forward as he goes back to him?
Yeah, I mean, Tyler knows that he's good enough to play in the big leagues. Tyler knows that he belongs. He knows that he's wanted, and his time will come again.
Can I ask about Blake Perkins? I know
Sure.
I know it's not unusual to go up and down from Nashville, but given what he's had to do this year, is there something that you appreciate more about either his mental toughness or even just his attitude and approach to what he's dealt with?
Yeah, it's interesting you say that because he's been a unique case. He's been a huge part of this thing for 2 years, right? Huge part of it. I mentioned earlier today, he got votes for the Gold Glove in center field. Huge part of our team, and it's well documented stuff he did. And then this year he had to kind of take on something different that doesn't always feel good. I don't know that he had the best attitude about it, to be honest with you. And I don't say that to call him out because everyone that knows, been following our team, knows I love Blake and knows that I have a special relationship with him. But I don't think he handled it great. And I think sometimes they're human, and yeah, think of ourselves. We don't always handle stuff great. So I didn't handle Kurt's question great, and like what he was insinuating. You know what I mean? I try to do that a lot, actually. But anyway, but Blake is just, in a spot now where he realizes, hey, I got to be the best version of me, and he's done that, and especially in the last week. And we're going to rely on him. He's an important piece of this thing. It's a tough spot to be in, especially when you've been here full time for 2 years. So
You wouldn't maybe elaborate on how he didn't handle it great? I mean, we could see the exchange between you two, but I don't know. Did he push back at all, or did he go into a shell a little bit, or what were you
yeah, I mean,
looking for that you didn't like?
I didn't. It wasn't his normal attitude. It wasn't his normal reaction to whether it's not playing or whatever. But he was dealt a hand that he didn't love. I don't want to go to AAA. I want to make the opening day roster. Well, then he ended up coming back because we had the injury, but he wasn't I don't think in a great mental state. At least that's what I expressed to him. And yeah, but he's, typically he's such a great human that he responds. And seeing him get that hit the other day, that as person in my position who's been around the kid for 3 years, that just lifts you beyond belief. You're so happy for the kid, and just generally just really happy for him.
Perfect. I know you've been asked about Aaron and Ashby a little bit, but what do you make rather of how he kind of embraced coming out of the bullpen last year to have the kind of start to the season he's had so far?
I mean, I use this phrase a lot, but he's coming into his own, and he trusts his stuff. He wants the ball in the big situations, and he's unique in that he's a multiple inning leverage guy. You don't have too many of those guys left, and he's willing to pitch every day, takes care of himself. He's been through it with the shoulder injury, so he really takes care of himself and really trains in between every day. And the guys trust him, and he feels that. He's in a great spot.
There is Pat Murphy, your Milwaukee Brewers manager, before today's game in his pregame briefing with the Milwaukee Beat as the Brewers set to take on the Padres. 6:40 first pitch from American Family Field. Brandon Sproat, Bradley Rodriguez, the opener for Matt Waldron for San Diego. On the other side, get you some keys to the game and wrap up the leadoff show as we get ready for Brewers Padres Game 1. The leadoff show live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
Looking up, and it is gone.
It's almost time for the first pitch. Let's see who's in today's starting lineups. Brought to you by Lakeland University. Experience it your way. Visit lakeland.edu. It's the leadoff show on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back to the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz here with you for a few more minutes, getting you ready for Brewers and Padres today. First pitch, 6:40 from American Family Field. Brewers lineup one last time, in case you missed it or haven't heard it yet here. For Milwaukee, leading things off, it'll be Bryce Terang. He is at second base. Jackson Chourio is in left field. He will bat second today. Christian Yelich is the DH, batting third. William Contreras will bat fourth today. He is catching. Jake Bauers bats fifth at first base. Garrett Mitchell bats sixth in center field today. Sal Frelick in right field will bat seventh. David Hamilton at third base will bat eighth. Joey Ortiz rounds things out. He is the shortstop, batting ninth for the Crew.
How does the Crew win today's game? Who needs to step up? Let's find out with the keys to the game. It's the leadoff show on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Keys to the game, how we always close things out here on the leadoff show. First and foremost, Christian Yelich batting third, back in the lineup. It's all about picking up where he left off. Hitting .315, had a homer, an on-base percentage of .375. You'd love to see Yelich get on base twice today, one or two times. If it's a hit, you can go with one. But he walks a great amount too. The Brewers also have done a fantastic job this year. I know a lot of people, myself included, have been asking for more home runs hit. But they've also allowed the least amount of home runs in Major League Baseball. Important to continue to do that against a team like the Padres, who have plenty of pop in the lineup. Batting averages for number 6 through number 9 in the lineup. So today for the Brewers, you're looking at your Frelicks, your Hamiltons, your Ortiz, and I think it was Garrett Mitchell. Yes, he was batting 6th for the Brewers today. The Dodgers have the best batting average in Major League Baseball from their 6 through 9 hitters. They're hitting 300. That is unbelievable. Not sustainable, quite frankly. The Cubs are second with 268. The Brewers are 29th at 208. So definitely need a little bit more. And Garrett Mitchell moving down, maybe that helps. Joey Ortiz kind of been putting the ball in play a little bit better. Excuse me. And Sal Frelick, David Hamilton, they're going to do their thing when they need to as well. Bryce Terang, over his last 10 games, we talked about, he's hitting .395. Here are some of his rankings for second baseman in Major League Baseball. After I'm done coughing. He's first in WAR, 2.1. He is first in runs scored, 31. He is first in walks at 29. And on the game notes, it says second. But as I go look here, I didn't think this was right. Yeah. Among second basemen, he is first in on-base percentage. It says second here for some reason with .422. He is second in slugging percentage, .511. And he is first in OPS at .933. Maybe the Pirates game wasn't quite over when they did this. Brandon Lau also having a great season for the second baseman. But keep relying on your guys that continue to do all the good things. On the homestand, Jake Bauers was 1 for 4 so far. Chourio 2 for 13 has come down just a little bit. Contreras is 4 for 10. Sal Frelick 1 for 8. Hamilton's 0 for 3. Mitchell's 1 for 9. Would really love to see Garrett Mitchell turn things around. He's hitting .210 right now on the year in 35 games. Ortiz was 1 for 7. Renhefo 1 for 9, Sanchez 1 for 8, Terang 3 for 13, but the big homer, of course. Andrew Vaughn 1 for 5. All of those guys, their recent performances on the homestand. When Yelich bats third in the lineup, the Crew is 4-5 on the season. Hopefully trying to not prove that correct in some way. And Brandon Sproat. I don't know how to feel quite yet about Brandon Sproat because I've liked what I've seen so far out of him. I like his stuff. The sinker is disgusting. He's got a good mix of cutter, curveball, four-seam, sweeper that all gets worked around too. Throws a changeup every once in a while. Last pitch on Wednesday, as we brought up, the team is 3-2 in games in which he starts. Opponents are hitting 264 off Sproat this year. The plan needs to be for Brandon Sproat to get through 4 clean, kind of like he did against St. Louis. 4 innings, 1 hit, no runs, and limiting the walks. He's got 3 walks last time around. He had 15 walks in 26 2/3 innings in March and April, including a couple of games with 3 or more. In 4 of his 5 outings, he's got 3 or more walks. All of those games, by the way, has not pitched in the 5th inning. It's when he's able to have his command. He had 1 walk against Toronto, which he went 6 2/3. He had 2 walks against Detroit, in which he went 5 1/3. He had 2 walks against Arizona, which he pitched into the 5th inning. If he has 3 or more walks, he has not gotten to the 5th inning yet in any of his outings. So limiting his walks and continuing to showcase some of his strikeout potential is going to be big for Brandon Sproat. Also limit the home runs. They come in bunches with him. He's given up 7 homers this season. However, that is only across 1, 2, 3, 4 games, including 3 in that opener against the White Sox. Those are today's keys to the game, getting you ready for Brewers and Padres game number 1. That's going to do it for us here on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network for pregame coverage. Tommy Wortz been here with you. The leadoff show, 1 hour, sometimes and change before every single Brewers game this season. Tomorrow, 5 o'clock leadoff show for a 6:40 first pitch. Jacob Mizorowski, he's on the bump again. It's like Christmas every time he comes to pitch. Michael King for the Padres should be a good pitching matchup there. After the game, however, too, after the last pitch, make the switch over to the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show. Tim Allen, myself, will be breaking down all things from game 1 between the Brewers and the Padres. I'm sure Tim Allen going to be thrilled to see Christian Yelich back in the lineup and talk all about it on the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show. 414-677-1250 is the Nicolay Law talk and text line to get you guys participating on that show. If you want to call in, text in, and give your thoughts after game 1, make sure you guys do that today. 9:30, regardless, we will be live with the Potawatomi Sportsbook post-game show right here on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. Brewers Padres, that's coming up next. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. One more thing before you go, don't forget, send them home.